Hello and welcome back. Brett here with Clickmill.co. In this video, I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to be talking about average position. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to enable the average position, and we're going to look. Now, the average position is the average page rank on the SERPs. I'm giving you the jargon because if you're an SEO expert, which is essentially what this tool helps you do, you're going to need to know the jargon. The SERPs is the search engine results page. The search engine results page is this, okay? Every search engine has a different SERP, a different search engine results page. So if we go over to Bing, Bing has a results page. YouTube is a search engine, the second biggest to Google. It obviously has a results page too. So when we're optimizing, in this case, we're doing it for the search engine results page on Google. So this is the SERPs. So when you hear someone talk about the SERPs, this is it, search engine results page. All right. Coming back over, the average position is how many spots from the top in organic listings do you rank? Okay, so let's go back to the SERPs. I'm going to use it so you know it. Okay. This, you can see how many things are here from the top. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Yelp here, do they rank number 6? No. They rank number 1. Why? Because they are the first organically ranked page. This is not an organically ranked page. These are Google My Business listings. Over here, this is an ad. This is the first ranking ad. There can be 4 of these, but this is not a page. So they do rank number 1, and this is number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, random Google feature, 7, 8, 9, and then sponsored ad. So this is not going to be on the on that. Let me see here. That's not going to be part of the average position. Ads aren't included. So when we look here, we'll see 16 months ago, however many months ago this was, we ranked 35. And so as we go up, we're, over the coming months, 22. And now you can see we've got an average rank over here of somewhere around, like we saw earlier, 16.8, I think. And so again, this gets more granular. And we can see changes in the ranking. Now, what would we expect when ranking goes up? We'd expect to get more impressions, right? So let's see if that's true. Kind of, sometimes. And so do we start to get more impressions? At this point, we see our positions about 35, and we get a big bump very quickly to 24. So we bump up 10 positions. Are we really getting that big of a bump on impressions? Well, kind of. We went from 3,000 impressions on that day to 5,000. So, I mean, we got a fairly hefty bump, at least a third, 30% increase. So there is a correlation there, but you have to start looking at the data. Why do we get these huge bumps in traffic over here as opposed to over here? This is a much bigger average position jump, but the jump in impressions is, relatively mild. But if you come over here, the average position really isn't changing, but notice we're starting to skyrocket on the impressions. Well, what's happening there? Well, at least here, we're posting a lot more blogs. So the position per blog is the same. So the average position for the site is roughly the same, but the number of blogs ranking for more and more terms is way bigger. So we have a lot more impressions. So you have to understand the dynamics and the ways in which these numbers relate to each other to be able to interpret the data. Okay, so here, search average positions going up, but the number of pages hasn't increased. So we see a bump. We see a little, maybe like 30%, still great. But over here, we're adding and adding and adding blogs with all of our new processes. And so the impressions are going up. And, thank goodness, we're still maintaining a really good average position. Okay, so like with anything, the average position, gets more granular. So we can go and look up average position by search term, average position by page, average position by country, and all these other things. And we can start making optimizations for that too. So this is the average position. We've now gone through all of these. As we continue in the course, after we get through kind of the tour of all of these features here, then we will start looking into really, and we've kind of talked about it a little, as you can see, how these metrics correlate with one another. How do you really identify what it's telling you and where those problems are. And so we'll get into that later on. In the next video, we're going to get into queries and what that means. We will see you there.